Hello and welcome back to the Fox Build videos. This is part two. What you see here is the arm mechanism. You can see the close-up there. That's the arm, and that's the mechanism that'll actually make the wrist move. There's a small lever on the back that the puppeteer works, and there's one with the hand or paw attached. This, of course, will get covered in fur and have some nails on it and then be made to look a little more like a paw. This is just the lower half of the arm. I'll show you a little later in the video how this whole thing connects to the body. Uh, but then this will give you a general idea of the movement at the wrist. The thing that you see in the background there is the lower part of the body before I had the chest and everything else on it. But I'll show you how that works in a second. So these are the elements sort of together. You see the upper part of the arm, you see the lower belly, the chest, the head. The chest is just some boning, or the belly rather, is just some boning there. And then that will have foam put around it. Those are the upper forearms. And then the whole thing is going to be worked from the top. The head is going to be worked from the top. The arms will be worked from the side, like we said in the initial design. Now, one of the things that we're going to have to talk about at some point is the weighting down of the puppet, or coming up with a way to hide the base. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But there's the ribs and everything up close, give you a general idea of the look. I thought I'd put the jacket on to give you a general idea of what that's going to look like. Bear in mind that, again, there's going to be foam underneath all of this, so it won't fold as much as it is there. But that's the movement of the mouth. The mouth hasn't been wired yet, so eventually we'll be able to operate that from above, as well as the eyebrows and the snarl and the ears and whatnot. That stuff goes on last. This shows you what it looks like underneath there, and like I said, that's all going to be filled out with foam, so he has a little more body to him. And now here is the arms and the body and everything sort of put together. You can see how it works. There will be one puppeteer working the arm, one puppeteer working the other arm, and the lead puppeteer, that'll be me, will be working the head. So this will give you a general idea of how the whole thing functions as a unit. Now you see how it's sort of swinging around and all of that. Again, that's because the base is not attached yet. And the head's swinging around because there's no one actually working it at the moment. Once that's all put together and working, it'll look better. But one of the things we are going to need to talk about is how to hide the base when it comes time to actually do the performance. The easiest thing with the base will be to be able to screw it into something so it's held down. We could have a puppeteer just hold it down. We could also weight the base, which is something we can do, but then the weights will need to be hidden. All of that is possible, and it's something we can talk about at a later date, but it is something that you should keep in mind when you're trying to work out the filming of the piece. Hopefully that answers a couple questions as we move forward, and as I get some more done, I will send those images out to you. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.